Table Tennis Masters Forehand Loop Mastery DVD. The forehand loop is the most powerful and dynamic shot in table tennis. It's the primary offensive shot for many players, and if you learn it properly, it can be the foundation of your game. Whether you're here to pick up some tips or you're here to be a serious contender, this DVD will help you master your control, your technique, and your execution of the forehand loop. Meet your instructor, Coach Tao Li, former member of the Hebei provincial team in China and head coach of the Northern Jiangtong University table tennis program. To start, let's take a brief look at the variations of the forehand loop.
There are two extremes of the forehand loop and many variations between the two. The first is the slow loop. As the name implies, this is a slow forward-moving, high arc, extremely heavy topspin loop. This stroke produces the highest level of spin, the highest trajectory over the net, and the quickest drop towards the floor after it bounces. It's a shot hit with a long upward motion from as low as the knees to as high as the forehead, grazing the ball and putting heavy topspin on it. It's often used to set up a kill since the opponent's return is likely to be high. The second extreme is the fast loop, also known as a loop kill or power loop. This is an extremely fast-moving shot with a significant amount of topspin, but much less than its slow loop counterpart. This put-away shot produces the most forward speed, a lower trajectory over the net, and a ball that travels far from the table after the bounce. It's hit with explosive speed and a long forward motion. When properly executed, do not expect a return. What falls in between the extremes of the slow and fast loop is known as the loop drive. This stroke is used during most rallies and is a primary attacking stroke for many players. The loop drive stroke produces a ball with fast forward speed and heavy topspin.
By mastering the three primary loop strokes, this will prepare you to dominate in a variety of game situations. Realize that whether you're in a game situation or you're practicing the drills from this DVD, you will not have time to think in terms of step-by-step motions. Therefore, it is very important for you to practice these loop strokes without the use of a ball. Coach Lee's following demonstrations will help you with this.
It's important to note that even though called a slow loop, this doesn't mean your racket speed and body motion should be slow. The slow loop, like the fast loop, requires a very high racket speed and quick body motion. What differentiates the slow loop from the fast loop is the direction of force. The force is primarily up. Start in the ready position with knees bent and your feet at a 45-degree angle to the table. Ensure your racket angle is approximately 45 degrees. Keep your wrist and arm relaxed. Pivot your feet and start the backswing by rotating your waist and shoulders to bring your arm down behind your back knee. Open your arm as much as possible on the backswing while keeping it loose and relaxed. At the peak of your backswing, your shoulders should end up at a 90-degree angle to the table, with your back shoulder lower than your front. With your knees bent and most of your body weight on your back foot, initiate the forward motion by pushing upward with your legs and rotate your hips and waist forward. As your waist is turning forward, keep your arm and wrist relaxed as it swings upwards and follows through. End with most of your body weight on your front foot and your back legs somewhat straightened. Your shoulders should be squarely facing the table, your elbow at a 90-degree angle, and your racket above your forehead. Your goal is to have a primarily upward follow-through, which can be seen by Coach Lee's example. Get your whole body into the shot. Think of your upper body as really winding up and uncoiling on release. Start by moving your legs and waist in a way so as to throw your arm into the stroke. Transferring the weight of your entire body into your stroke is what generates the extremely heavy topspin of the slow loop. The emphasis here is on putting very high speed on the ball with just enough topspin to bring it down on the opponent's side of the table. Thus, the follow-through of the stroke is primarily forward. Remember, this put-away shot is also known as a loop kill, so be relentless in its execution. Start in the ready position with knees bent and your feet at a 45-degree angle to the table. Close your racket angle to accommodate the forward follow-through of this stroke. Pivot your feet and begin the backswing by bending your knees and rotating your waist and shoulders to bring your arm back behind you at around shoulder level. Keep your arm relaxed, as any tightness or tension will decrease your power. Your shoulders should end up at least a 90-degree angle to the table. In Coach Lee's example, he goes beyond 90 degrees in his long backswing. At the peak of your backswing, with your knees bent and most of your body weight on your back foot, initiate the forward motion by rotating your waist and hips forward. As your waist is turning, keep your arm and wrist relaxed as it swings forward and follows through. End with most of your body weight on your front foot. Your shoulders should finish squarely facing the table with your racket at eye level. Your goal is to have a primarily forward follow-through, which can be seen by Coach Lee's example. Remember to get your whole body into the shot. Think of your upper body as really winding up and uncoiling on release. Move your hips and waist in a way so as to throw your arm into the stroke. The power and speed of this stroke must be generated by your body weight. Transferring the weight of your entire body into the final vigorous snap of your wrist is what creates the explosive speed of the fast loop. The loop drive falls between the two extremes of the slow and fast loop and is what should be used for most rallies. The objective is to put an equal amount of speed and spin on the ball. Thus, the follow-through of the stroke is equally forward and upward. Start in the ready position with knees bent and your feet at a 45-degree angle to the table. Your racket angle should be at approximately 45 degrees. Keep your wrists and arm relaxed. Start the backswing by bending your knees, pivoting your feet, and rotating your waist and shoulders to bring your arm back behind you, parallel to the ground and at shoulder level. Your shoulders should end up at least a 90-degree angle to the table. In Coach Lee's example, he goes beyond 90 degrees in his long backswing. This is unique to his style, and while his arm appears to be straight and tense, he keeps it relaxed throughout the stroke. At the peak of your backswing, with your knees bent and most of your body weight on your back foot, initiate the forward motion by rotating your hips and waist forward. As your waist is turning, keep your arm and wrist relaxed as it snaps forward and upwards on the follow-through. End with most of your body weight on your front foot. Your shoulders should finish squarely facing the table with your racket at forehead level in the military salute position. Your goal is to have an equally forward and upward follow-through. Like the previous loop strokes, it's crucial to get your whole body into the shot. Transferring the weight of your entire body into your stroke is what generates the speed and topspin of the loop drive.
Practice each stroke without the use of the ball so that you're more comfortable with the motions. As a result, you'll be better prepared to perform the drills ahead. Keep in mind that while all loop strokes follow certain fundamentals, methods differ. Coach Lee's demonstrations are a reflection of his own personal style of play. When starting out, it's very important for you to learn and practice the forehand loop fundamentals. Although as you get better and gain more experience, your method and your style may differ slightly. You're almost ready to begin your training, but first, here are some important tips on how you can get the most benefit from this DVD.
This DVD is a progressive training system, meaning mastery of each drill is required before moving on to the next. Repetition is key. Take your time to master each drill and go through them many times. Have a knowledgeable partner critique and comment on your form for each loop stroke. A loop is best done with an inverted sponge, preferably a relatively new sheet. Keep your rubber in good condition. How much spin and control you put on your loop depends on the tackiness of the rubber. Realize, however, that superior rubber does not constitute superior looping ability. Skill and lots of practice is obviously necessary. As you progress through and master each drill, don't stop there. Increase the difficulty of each drill in order to constantly challenge yourself and improve your game. You can do this by speeding up the ball frequency. Have your partner or table tennis robot speed up their returns. This will greatly improve your reaction time and stroke efficiency. Increase the range of oscillation. Once you have mastered the drills within your backhand and/or forehand court, have your partner or table tennis robot oscillate the ball the entire width of the table. This will further improve your reaction time and footwork. Also practice your ball placement. For each drill, practice hitting your loops to different spots on the table to further challenge yourself. Mastering short, deep, cross-court, and down-the-line loops will make you a more deadly player. Hit on the rise. Increase the difficulty by progressively hitting the ball earlier and earlier for each drill. Master looping the ball on the rise, and your opponent will have less time to react, putting you in control of many more points. Lastly, to take your training to the highest level, have your partner add one or more random elements to their return for any given drill. Randomly changing their ball placement, spin, speed, or entire stroke will add unpredictability, keeping you alert and ready for any possibility. This is the closest you can get to an actual match situation, and as a result, will prepare you to the fullest for gameplay.
Brushing or grazing the ball is essential to a quality loop, as it will determine how much topspin you produce. The following series of simple drills will develop this crucial element of your loop stroke. Are you ready? Let's get started.
The objective of this drill is to get the feel of brushing the ball on backspin. Have a skilled partner or table tennis robot deliver backspin shots cross-court. With an open racket, brush the ball by swinging with an upward motion. The incoming backspin ball will want to propel downwards off of your racket, so ensure you apply enough of an upward brush to clear the net. Notice how Coach Lee is stationary and hardly bending his knees. He is only moving his arm along with a slight rotation of his waist. That is your goal for this drill. Stay planted in one spot and just focus on brushing the ball with an upward motion. Nice and smooth. Make sure you hit the ball just after the top of the bounce as it's descending. This allows you to put maximum topspin on the ball. The objective of this drill is the same as the previous one, which is to focus only on brushing the ball. Have a skilled partner or table tennis robot deliver topspin shots cross-court. Open your racket angle and follow through upwards to apply maximum topspin. Although remember that versus topspin, the ball will naturally rebound upwards off of your racket. If you're missing the table, close your racket angle slightly and follow through a little more forward. Arm movement along with a slight rotation of your waist is all that's required. Remain stationary and just focus on brushing the ball with an upward motion. Hit the ball just above waist level, right after the top of the bounce. Your ability to brush the ball is imperative to a quality loop stroke. Now that you are comfortable brushing the ball, it is now time to further develop your control. To do this, your objective is to stay in a rally with a partner.
Brush, brush, keep the ball on the table.
Stay planted in one spot and focus on brushing the ball with an upward motion while also keeping it in play. Have your partner simply block return. This drill is very effective at developing your control of the ball while brushing it, as you have the added challenge of maintaining a rally.
You can see the arc are really high. So this is a brush. The arc a little bit higher.
Before proceeding to the following drills, you should be able to perform the previous drills with confidence and control. This level will introduce you to the slow loop and fast loop against backspin. Coach Lee recommends you start training against backspin because 1, you're working with the spin of the ball, not against it. And 2, backspin moves slower, so you have more time to prepare. And 3, in a game situation, the first attacking stroke is often against a push. With that said, let's proceed with your training.
Now it's time to introduce the slow loop. Have a skilled partner or table tennis robot deliver backspin shots cross court.
So brush it a little bit more, use the body.
Hit the ball right after the top of the bounce as it's descending. This allows you to get the most brush into each shot. This is crucial when looping backspin, as the ball will rebound downwards upon contact with your racket. Think of it as having to pull the ball back up with the racket.
Try to make a higher arc.
Remember, when performing the slow loop, your swing is more of an upward motion as opposed to a forward motion. This creates the heavy topspin and arc.
So now you try use your body to control your arm and the ball.
Although called a slow loop, there should be no shortage of speed in your swing. On the backswing, rotate your shoulders to a 90-degree angle to the table, and as you follow through, your shoulders should end up squarely facing the table. Bend your knees and pivot your feet to assist with the rotation of your waist and shoulders. With most of your body weight on your back foot, shift your weight forward to your front foot as you execute the shot. Really focus on a smooth transfer of your body weight. Think of your upper body as really winding up and uncoiling on release.
占优势。
Now it is time to incorporate footwork. So have your partner or table tennis robot oscillate backspin shots within your backhand court. Ensure you are comfortable performing all drills preceding this one. Otherwise, you may feel overwhelmed with the addition of moving your feet. As you can see from Coach Lee's demonstration, you must use proper footwork to follow the ball as it's being fed to different spots on the table. Move to where the ball is and perform the slow loop by using the skills developed in the previous drill. Remember, the arc and heavy topspin of the slow loop is generated by the transfer of your body weight into your racket. Transfer your body weight to your back foot during the backswing by bending your knees and rotating your waist. Then transfer your weight forward to your front foot as you execute the shot. Your entire stroke must be very efficient. Put as much body strength into the ball as possible while still allowing yourself enough time to prepare for the next shot. Maintain a smooth rhythm. Return to the ready position quickly as you're moving from side to side. Make it a continuous, fluent motion. You are now ready to incorporate the fast loop into your training. Have a skilled partner or table tennis robot deliver backspin shots cross court. Remain stationary and hit the ball at the top of the bounce. Notice the immediate difference in the way Coach Lee is hitting the ball when performing the fast loop. His swing is much more explosive and has a more pronounced forward motion. The result is not as much topspin as a slow loop, but a much more explosive forward-moving shot, thus the term fast loop or loop kill. While your wrist and arm must move at incredible speeds, they must remain relaxed. A relaxed posture is very important when looping. Both your speed and consistency will improve if you can go through the swing naturally without a lot of tension. Snap your forearm and wrist into the ball smoothly but vigorously. Look at how Coach Lee is channeling all the power generated from his backswing, bending of the knees, waist rotation, and weight transfer, all into that final explosive snap of the wrist. The emphasis here is on putting high speed on the ball with just enough topspin to bring it down close to the end line on the opponent's side of the table. When executed properly, your opponent does not stand a chance. The goal of this drill is the same as the previous one, with the added challenge of footwork. Once you are comfortable performing the previous drill, have your partner or table tennis robot oscillate backspin shots within your backhand court. Bend your knees and pivot your feet to assist with the rotation of your waist and shoulders. With most of your body weight on your back foot, channel all of that power forward into your shot, right through to the explosive snap of your wrist. Pass through the ready position as you move from side to side. Realize this drill is exhausting even for top players, so start off with a slow ball frequency, and as you improve, increase the speed accordingly. Keep your stroke efficient. Put as much body strength into the ball as possible, while still allowing yourself enough time to prepare for the next shot. This drill will further prepare you for the more advanced drills ahead.
这板和拉中路，冲中路，
还有，好球！
I hope you enjoyed introducing the slow and fast loop into your training. By now, you should be confident enough in performing them against backspin using footwork. In a game situation, after the first loop stroke is made, typically against a push, most opponents will block your loop back as an attempt to control your attack. So the second loop you perform is typically against a block. The following series of topspin drills will prepare you for just that. Let's go.
Have a skilled partner or table tennis robot deliver topspin shots cross-court. Looping against topspin requires more speed and less spin. Your racket should be more closed and your swing should go more forward. The ball will bounce upwards off of your racket, so there's no need to brush the ball as heavily as if it were backspin. From the ready position, bend your knees slightly and pivot your feet to assist with the rotation of your waist and shoulders. Your racket should be brought back behind your body, and with most of your body weight on your back foot, start the stroke by pushing off your back leg and rotating your waist and hips forward. Finish by snapping your arm and wrist upwards and following through with your racket to the military salute position. The follow-through of your swing should be in between the extremes of the slow and fast loop you've practiced up to this point. Not as upward as the slow loop and not as forward as the fast loop, but in between. This drill has the same objective as the last one, with the added challenge of footwork. Once you are comfortable performing the previous drill, have your partner or table tennis robot oscillate topspin shots within your backhand court. Hit the ball at the top of the bounce. Stay fluid. Pass through the ready position using two-step footwork as you move from side to side. You don't want to stretch, be cramped, or bend from the waist. Move just enough to line yourself up for a loop drive. No more, no less. The added challenge of oscillating returns requires quick footwork and an efficient stroke, preparing you further for use of the loop drive during gameplay. It's now time to further develop your ball control while performing the loop drive. To do this, your objective is to stay in a rally with a partner. Remain stationary and focus on keeping the ball in play while performing the loop drive. Your partner's job is to simply return your loop drives with blocks. Stay relaxed and focus on a smooth follow-through to the military salute position. Keep your free hand extended for balance and your eyes on the ball as you make contact at the top of the bounce. Maintain a nice rhythm and keep the rally going for as long as possible. This drill will improve your focus, precision, and control dramatically. Once you are comfortable performing the previous drill, it's time to increase the difficulty with oscillating returns. So have your partner return the ball to different spots on the table. On the balls of your feet with your knees bent, use two-step footwork to quickly move to the ball. Move through the ready position as you go from side to side. Make it a continuous, fluent motion. This drill will really test your stamina. Quick footwork and efficient stroke and good ball control is all mandatory.
How's the training coming along? If you're having trouble, keep at it and stay focused. Remember, repetition is key. Now, if you're having great success, remember to continue challenging yourself and increasing the difficulty as suggested earlier. The following drills will take you to a whole new level of looping. Executing the slow and fast loop versus topspin, initiating offense, and your attacking strategy will all be covered. This level of training should only be conducted once you are able to successfully perform the previous drills. If you're ready, let's take you to level 4.
The goal of this drill is to develop control of your fast loop against topspin. Have your partner or table tennis robot deliver topspin shots cross court. Since you are being fed topspin shots, the ball will want to propel upwards off of your racket. You must accommodate this by closing your racket angle slightly and following through more forward with your fast loop swing. Wind up for the shot using your whole body and unleash all of that power forward right into the final snap of your wrist. Once you are able to successfully perform the previous drill, have your partner or table tennis robot oscillate topspin shots within your backhand court. The more natural and relaxed your stroke, the more power it will have. Focus on good form while remaining loose and relaxed. Use two-step footwork to move from side to side and hit the ball at the top of the bounce. You don't want to stretch, be cramped, or bend from the waist. move just enough to execute your best fast loop. The added challenge of oscillating returns requires correct footwork to get into position, preparing you further for fast loop execution during an actual game. The idea for this drill is to perform a stationary rally and then execute your fast loop. This allows you to mock an actual match situation and get you ready for a real game. With a skilled partner, focus on using your loop drive during the rally, and when you have the chance, perform the fast loop. Have your partner simply block your loop drives until you find the chance to go for the kill. Once you are comfortable performing the previous drill, your objective is to now challenge yourself with the addition of footwork. To do this, have your partner return the ball to different spots on the table. Again, focus on using your loop drive during the rally, and when you have the chance, execute a fast loop attack. The added challenge of moving to where the ball is played prepares you further for an actual match.
Let's go.
The goal of this drill is to build your confidence and ability to initiate offense. This is practice, so your partner's job is to simply keep a rally going, not to try and beat you. With either you or your partner serving, perform at least one push and, when possible, initiate the offense by using either your slow loop or loop drive. Maintain a rally using your loop drive, and when you have the chance, unleash your fast loop. Keep your stroke efficient, as you must be ready for a possible return. Notice Coach Lee's quick transition from defense to offense. Immediately after performing a push, he quickly steps back with his right foot and rotates his waist and shoulders to begin his backswing, ready to initiate the attack with a forehand loop. Treat this as a real game situation. Hit your fast loop away from your partner or into them to force a cramped stroke. Whatever you think will get the point. Once you're competent performing this drill, challenge yourself to initiate offense on the 4th ball and put away the 6th. If you serve, then go for the kill on the 7th ball. Remember to brush the ball more using an upward follow-through when looping backspin. Of course, in a real game, your opponent will be far from supporting you, but performing this drill will make this sequence subconscious, which is necessary for gameplay. Here's a textbook example by Werner Schlager.
The remaining drills of level 4 will focus on mastering the slow loop versus topspin. While it's not something you'll use very often, the slow loop will prove to be a valuable weapon in certain game situations, like setting up a powerful attack or changing the tempo of the game. Try not to use the slow loop very often, as it can lead to a deadly smash by an alert opponent. So use it sparingly and be cautious. Let's continue.
The objective of this drill is to practice the slow loop on topspin. So have your partner or table tennis robot deliver topspin shots cross court. Open your racket angle and follow through upwards to apply maximum topspin. Although remember that versus topspin, the ball will naturally rebound upwards off of your racket. If you're missing the table, close your racket angle slightly and follow through a little more forward. Keep your eyes on the ball and hit it at or just after the top of the bounce. Aim for a nice, high arc over the net. Once you are able to successfully perform the previous drill, your goal is to now challenge yourself with the addition of footwork. Have your partner or table tennis robot oscillate topspin shots within your backhand court. The objective of this drill is the same as the previous one, with the added challenge of oscillating returns. This forces you to use footwork to get into position, preparing you further for use of the slow loop during an actual game. The objective of this drill is to begin a stationary rally with a partner using your loop drive, followed by use of your slow loop as often as possible. Remain stationary and maintain a rally using your loop drive. When you have the chance, execute your slow loop repeatedly if possible, as often as you can. A skilled partner is required, as maintaining a rally is necessary to get the most benefit out of this drill. The objective of this drill is the same as the previous one, although have your partner return the ball to different spots on the table. Start by maintaining a rally using the loop drive, and when possible, begin using your slow loop as often as possible. The added challenge of moving to where the ball is played prepares you further for slow loop usage during an actual match. Before moving on to this level, the ability to execute the forehand loop using footwork at high frequency is mandatory. Your loop stroke should be second nature to you at this point of your training. Level 5 contains a series of highly advanced drills, which require some extra pointers to ensure you receive maximum benefit. The first is to communicate with your practice partner. Their job is to support you for each drill, so let them know where you plan to serve and how you'd like them to return, and when applicable, how you'd like them to serve. It's also important that you practice against different returns. You'll notice each attacking drill is demonstrated against a push return. However, once you're proficient, it's important to switch it up by practicing against additional returns, like flicks, loop drives, etc. You'll then know your return preference for each attack and can encourage it in an actual game. You'll also be a more complete player, able to attack without dependence on a certain return. Lastly, once you're competent against different returns during planned practice, it's time to take your training to the highest level by competing against your partner. With the intent to beat you, have them decide how they'll serve and return. This will keep you on your toes and prepare you to the fullest for competitive play.
With that said, this level will accelerate your game to new heights and make you into a serious contender. Third, fourth, and fifth ball attacks will be covered in this level, as well as counter looping, hooking, and fading. Are you ready? Let's get started.
The objective of this drill, as the name implies, is to serve and kill. This is truly a lethal attack that will make you a very dangerous player. Serve the ball short to your partner's backhand and have them perform a long push return. On their return, unleash your fast loop. Go for the kill right away without mercy. By now, your fast loop should be an automatic reaction. You shouldn't have to think about the mechanics of the stroke. Further, you should practice this drill until it's second nature. When you see the long return from your opponent, your fast loop should be a reflex action. Serve, fast loop for the kill. Master this ruthless third ball attack against various returns. Then get ready to rack up some serious points. Here's an excellent fifth ball attack that will further beef up your arsenal. It's important to practice this as your third ball attacks won't always go as planned, so you need a backup plan ready. Serve the ball and have your partner push return. Perform your loop drive and on their next return, execute your fast loop. Be relentless. You don't want them to have a chance. The speed and topspin from your loop drive will cause a quick return, so ensure your recovery time is efficient so that you're ready to deliver a powerful fast loop for the point. This fifth ball attack is similar to the last drill, the only difference being you perform your slow loop on the third ball. Serve the ball short to your partner's backhand and have them push return. On their return, perform a slow loop. On your partner's next return, unleash an explosive fast loop. Serve, slow loop, fast loop. This is an excellent attack to master, as the heavy topspin of the slow loop changes the tempo and often takes your opponent off guard, resulting in a high return, making them the perfect victim for your deadly kill shot.
漂亮。
This drill will add yet another lethal attack to your arsenal. This attack is only possible when your opponent serves a long ball, so have them serve long. Return their serve with a loop drive, then go for the kill using your fast loop on their next return. Remember, the speed and topspin from your loop drive will cause a quick return from your partner, so ensure your recovery time is fast so that you're prepared to unleash a powerful loop kill. Obviously, in an actual game, you won't know how your opponent is about to serve, but this drill will train your subconscious so that when a deep ball has been served, you will perform the sequence on autopilot. Have your partner add various spin and speed to their deep serve to further challenge yourself. Coach Lee recommends you also practice using your slow loop off the serve as well. The ability to attack right off your opponent's serve is a deadly skill to have. Practice this drill until it's second nature, and you'll do nothing short of devastate opponents.
现在6比6。
As an aggressive attacker, the ability to counter loop is crucial so that you can stand your ground and maintain an offensive position against an opponent's loop. This is considered one of the most advanced and powerful shots in the game, as you're using the power of your opponent's loop combined with the power of your own. Begin in a counter loop rally with your partner. This drill is meant to develop your control of the counter loop, and this is accomplished by maintaining a rally, so attempt one for as long as possible. You'll need to move back court for enough time to prepare for your partner's loop. You'll notice, when the pros engage in an exciting counter loop rally, they both tend to move back court. This is because of the time needed to handle each incoming loop. Keep your eyes on the ball and your free hand extended for balance. Contact the ball back court after the top of the bounce with a closed racket. Ensure your stroke is efficient, as the return will come back quickly. At the same time, your stroke should have a longer follow-through. This keeps the ball in contact with your racket longer, which will give you more control and more power. The need for controlling your opponent's power is critical. With an explosive yet relaxed stroke, use your body weight and waist to execute a full swing using your entire arm. The idea is to put enough topspin on the ball to nullify your opponent's heavy topspin. Once you're able to consistently keep your counter loop in control during a rally, it's time to go for the kill. Your partner's job is to keep the ball in play while you're trying to make the point. Destroy the ball using your entire body. Strike the ball with maximum acceleration. Recover quickly, as you must be ready for a possible return. Applying side spin to your loop kill can also assist with making the point, and we'll cover that next. The hook loop is the most common side spin loop, as it requires only a slight variation on the standard loop. This drill should be performed only after you've developed a strong forehand loop. Have your partner or table tennis robot deliver top spin shots to your forehand side. Treat this stroke with the same intensity as a fast loop. Hold nothing back. With maximum acceleration and explosiveness, transfer the weight of your entire body into the shot. The hook is created by contacting the outside of the ball with the racket. To do this, bend your wrist so your racket comes around the ball from the outside. Ensure you also follow through across your body so that you brush the side of the ball to the fullest. The amount of side spin produced depends on how much brush you apply to the outside as opposed to the back of the ball. For a large hook, brush more of the outside of the ball. For a smaller hook, brush mostly the back of the ball. This is an advanced stroke, but with lots of practice, you can truly devastate opponents with it. Just watch those vicious hooks by Coach Lee. Once you're able to successfully perform the previous multi-ball drill, take it to the next level by executing the hook loop during a rally. This drill is essentially the same as the counter loop drill, except you attempt a hook loop for the kill as opposed to a standard fast loop. Maintain a counter loop rally with your partner, and when possible, go for the kill using your hook loop. As an alternative, you may also move in closer and have your partner block return your loops while you look for the chance to kill. Remember to curl your wrists so that your racket brushes the ball from the outside. Follow through across your body to generate maximum hook and send it right for the sideline. Have your partner or table tennis robot deliver topspin shots cross-court to your forehand side. To perform a fade loop, common sense might tell you to hit the inside of the ball, but this is not the case, as it's very unlikely you can bend your wrist enough to do that. Rather than hit the inside, you create the fade side spin by hitting the ball earlier and coming across your body on the follow-through. When you hit the ball earlier and follow through across your body, you contact the back of the ball, but brush it sideways. That will generate the fade side spin. Bend your wrist back slightly so that you can apply the sideways brush on the back of the ball more effectively. Approach this stroke with the same intensity as a fast loop. Hold nothing back. Transfer the weight of your entire body into the shot. The result should be an explosive, fast-moving shot that fades away from the direction of your follow-through. Look at those beautiful fades right on the sideline. Once you're able to consistently perform the previous multi-ball drill, it's time to execute the fade loop during a rally. Maintain a counter loop rally with your partner, and as soon as you can, go for the kill using your fade loop. Again, you may also move in closer and have your partner block return your loops while you look for your chance to kill. Remember to bend your wrist back slightly and hit the ball early while following through across your body. The goal is to contact the back of the ball while brushing sideways. Master the fade loop, and you'll be able to inflict some serious damage on your opponents. Here's a flawless serve and kill by Wang Lichen. He places his mid-table serve to Bowl's point of indecision to force a weak return, then absolutely destroys the ball. Notice his right knee almost touching the ground on the follow-through as he throws his entire body into the shot. Here's a serve and kill attempt gone bad. A more closed racket angle and forward follow-through by Krienga would have been enough to hit the table. Yep, even the pros make mistakes. Check out this cutthroat counter loop rally between these two heavy hitters. Ultimately, Krienga's stronger loops allow him to move in close and take control, putting Samsonov under pressure and on the defensive. And Krienga's onslaught is just too much to handle. Here's an incredible setup by Schlager. Ryu kept trying to jump the gun and move to his forehand side, and he got burned. Schlager methodically moved Ryu back with each return, then finished him with a counter loop down the line for the kill. He even adds a little hook for insurance.
先把球拉起来，再拉一把。这一把施拉格的。
Here, Waldner decides he's had enough messing around with Ryu and quickly disposes of him with a side spin hook loop. Check out this beautiful counter loop. Schwann sets this up by pushing long to encourage a backhand loop by Ma Lin, then unleashes a counter loop down the line for the kill. Just flawless.
这球拉得非常漂亮，这个装。
Here's a ruthless serve and kill by Ju. Schwann was hungry for a loop off the serve, but Ju's mid-table serve forced a change in his plans. And his last-minute decision to step in and push resulted in a long and high return. And Ju made him pay, big time.
所以现在明显加强了反攻。
Watch Samsonov's brilliant ball placement. He keeps Krienga on his backhand side, then annihilates him with a perfectly placed kill down the line. Here's a solid push and kill by Ryu. He keeps it short into Schlager's indecision point to force a long, weak return, then crushes him with a loop kill. Practice drill 16 to develop this attack.
播放女子的1/4的比赛，在明天下午2点半。
Timo Boll's short push causes Lichin to step in last minute, spoiling his serve and kill plan. At that point, he's thinking too much and his timing is off on his attempt to kill Boll's slow loop.
情况来确定，通常呢就是有助于推动比赛的一些运动员，比如像瓦尔德内尔另外呢就照顾。
Here's an example of truly flawless execution by Ju. He places the ball beautifully down the line to force Hao out of position, which leads to a long, slow loop return right to his forehand. This is asking for trouble, and Ju gives it to him with his lethal counter loop.
这个赛场也是受到了国际乒联的好评。打拉。
Ultimately, Schlager's superior ball placement allows him to take control of this heated counter loop rally and come out on top. Watch Schlager move Krienga to the left, then force him way over to the right. By then, Krienga is totally out of control, and Schlager takes the point. Here's a great serve and kill by Ma Lin. He positions himself well on the far backhand side to leave the full table open to his forehand. Even though Schwann's return is down the line, away from Lin, it's too long, and Lin's smart positioning allows him to move and quickly execute a fast loop for the kill. Check out this push and kill by Leechin. Bohl clearly had a serve and kill in mind, but Leechin's short push took him by surprise, forcing the mistake by Bohl, which is a long push return to Leechin's forehand. Avoid long returns to your opponent's forehand at all costs, or you'll get slaughtered.
技呀，实际它呢在很大程度是一个熟练功，就是你只有熟练了，你才能。
Here's a nice sucker play by Ju. He gives Schwan the bait for a loop drive, which is a push not too long, but just enough to encourage the loop. Schwan falls for it, and Ju obliterates him with a counter loop.
9比4。
反了。
Schlager was accepting nothing less than game point on this play. Look at that explosiveness, just lethal.
打得比较好，10比6，漂亮。
Here, Lin's return was shorter than Bohl had planned. Bohl was determined to make the kill, but failed to make the necessary adjustment to make contact with the ball, and came up short as a result.
休息调整，而且中国运动员比赛也很多，很累，所以没想到。
In this case, Lin is on the receiving end. He's anxious to make the kill and tries to loop Krienga's short push return. There's less margin for error when looping a short ball, as your racket angle must be virtually horizontal. Lin's timing is off by a fraction, and he whiffs the ball as a result.
还是发中路。
Here's a demonstration of absolutely brilliant ball placement by Schlager. He manhandles Krienga here, bringing him to his far forehand side, then finishing him with a killer fade side spin loop to his backhand side. Beautiful.
拍短，漂亮，
好球，
好的。
Always be ready to attack off the serve when you're given the chance. Leechin notices the serve is long enough for him to loop and begins his onslaught right away. He doesn't waste any time. Practice drill number 24 to develop this loop and kill attack.
现在6比6。
Here's yet another example of Schlager's incredible ball placement. He surprises Krienga with a long serve to his playing elbow, which forces a cramped, weak loop drive return. Schlager responds with a perfectly placed down-the-line counter loop, leaving a stumbling Krienga with no chance for a return.
该稳的稳，处理的恰到好处。现在6比4。好球。
I hope you enjoyed watching this DVD. While this is the end of the video, this is only the beginning of your training. The most effective way to use this video is to go through it many times and to practice the drills again and again. If you follow the drills, stay focused, and take the time to practice, there is no doubt your game will improve dramatically. And don't forget to check out our other DVDs at tabletennismaster.com. Thanks for watching.